Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is for weeks 17 through 19. Today I am 20 weeks and 2 days pregnant. I guess we'll just jump right into it. So symptoms I've been experiencing are Braxton Hicks. I've been having those since about week 16 and then progressing more so into week 17 and 18. I was also still having nausea and some occasional vomiting here and there, but that's since lessened. So thankfully we're halfway through and my symptoms aren't as bad as they were, when we first started. So that's great news. As far as any other symptoms, I still get breast tenderness, or I still have breast tenderness. They're increasing in size, but not enough to where I need to go up in a bra size. I'm still wearing a 34B. They're just a lot fuller and fill the cup a lot more. But everything else is pretty much the same. I'm still frequently urinating during the middle of the night. I've increased my fluids. I'm drinking more water. About 3 to 4 bottles of water, and they're about 16.9 fluid ounces a piece. So I'm drinking that on a daily basis. So, and then of course I'm still drinking milk and orange juice and things of that nature, and an occasional Sprite if, I'm feeling fancy. But other than that, I try to stick to just the water. Any other symptoms I'm having? I did have quite a bad episode of a migraine earlier in the week this week. As you guys know, usually I take Imitrex for my migraines because I get them pretty bad, usually with the onset of symptoms. I get tunnel vision and blurred vision in my peripheral, and it's really hard to see and function and things like that. So, and then usually the next day I'm kind of down for the count, which is what happened, unfortunately. But thankfully it subsided, and, I was able to function the day afterwards. But I did have to tap into the Fioricet, the migraine medication that my OB prescribed to me, since it is considered a safe drug to use during pregnancy. I just wasn't really interested in putting that much caffeine and another medication into my system. I just wanted to stick with the Tylenol if needed, and then of course the Diclegis for nausea. But I'm definitely taking less of the Diclegis. As I said, the nausea has subsided a bit and isn't as bad or as frequent. As you guys can tell, I'm kind of catching my breath a little bit. That's another one of my symptoms. I do get out of breath quite often, and I am tired and kind of trying to catch my breath. But yeah, aside from that, I don't really have too many symptoms that really speak out to me or that are really kind of catching my attention. Still not having really many food aversions. There's not really anything that I don't normally eat that I don't want or dislike. Excuse me. But I'm still congested, as you can tell. I don't really think it's a sickness. I think it's just one of my symptoms. I wake up with, a pretty stuffed up sinus, almost kind of feels like a congested cold, so to speak. And it ends up, as soon as I blow my nose or, get up and get moving, the airflow starts circulating throughout my body, and it seems to be fine. It's not as bad. But yeah, so that's kind of annoying. But yeah, so we had our anatomy scan. That was at 18 weeks and 5 days, and most of her measurements were measuring right on target, if not ahead. Speaking of head, her head was measuring ahead, so it was measuring at 19 weeks and 2 days, I do believe. Yes, 19 weeks and 2 days, and then that was her circumference, and then her diameter was measuring at exactly 19 weeks. But that's still good. So they're, by way of her head, they're saying her expected due date has changed from the 26th of April up until the 24th of April. But he's still keeping my due date as of the 26th, considering, we're only halfway through and the measurements can be off. They give a leeway of 4 days ahead or 4 days behind to still be considered on target. So it's good to know that some of her measurements are measuring ahead, and she's doing really well and progressing and growing. So that was really exciting for my husband and I to see. And then another lovely thing that we saw was that I guess her bladder was full when they first started the scan, and then she relieved herself. So that was some nice news to know, which I already knew that obviously they are practicing, swallowing and breathing in the amniotic fluid, and obviously they have to secrete it somehow. So I did know that that's how their urinary tract is learning how to function properly, and I also know that she has bowel movements inside of me as well. But yeah, it was just odd that it just so happened that we caught it on during the scan. So kind of cool, but still kind of freakishly weird. But anyway, so yeah, I'll show you some of the pictures. We did get quite a bit. So yeah, some of it looks kind of blurry and funny, but there's her head right there. Another snapshot of her head. And then, of course, it was still confirmed that she is definitely a girl. There is no boy part, so yay. We're excited. My husband already has 2 boys. If you haven't watched my previous videos, he does have 2 sons from a previous marriage before his vasectomy and reversal. So, yeah, he's been hoping for a girl, as have I. So, it's definitely going to be a change and something really exciting that we're looking forward to. They also measured her heart rate. So we got another picture of that as well. And it was measuring in at 157 beats per minute. So still very strong, still a very active little girl. She's, doing so well, and we couldn't be more happy with how things are going. But yeah, I don't really have much else to report. I do appreciate, any feedback or comments you guys want to leave. And of course, if you're trying to conceive, let me know in the comments below. So if you have a YouTube channel, I can follow you as well. And of course, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And I wish you guys all the best of luck with everything. And I'll go ahead and show you my bump. Please excuse, I am in pajamas today. Kind of been having a frumpy, I'm kind of feeling fat day. So yeah. Oh, sorry, pregnancy brain strikes again. So I was also informed during my anatomy scan that I have an anterior placenta. Now, usually that prohibits women from feeling their babies move. But luckily enough for me, I am, quite a small woman. I am built small, considering I only weighed 117 pounds and I'm barely 5'3". I'm actually 5'2 3/4", but I say 5'3" because I want to sound tall. Oh well. So, but yeah, the anterior placenta, what it is, I'll explain it, is the cushion in between my outer layer of skin and muscle and her. So it's kind of a cushion that's in between and kind of prohibits being able to feel movement and things like that. But like I said, I am small framed, I am small built, and I am still able to feel things. Things are definitely progressing. So I can feel when she, kicks or punches, or, I obviously can't distinguish between the two. I don't know what's a hand and what's a foot, or what's her head and what's her bum. I don't know. But I do feel it. It is a lot more predominant now as, she's getting bigger. But yeah, so aside from that, I'll go ahead and get back on track and show you my bump. So like I said, today I am 20 weeks and 2 days. Every Wednesday is a new week for me, so super exciting. But I will go ahead and show you. Again, I wanted to tell you, I apologize again for being in pajamas. But I have been doing some Christmas wrapping and stuff like that. So, yeah, I wanted to be comfortable, so that's what I chose to wear. So no judging. Anyways, here's my belly. I'll go ahead and show you with my shirt down, and then I can show you my bare belly if you want to see it. So here's with the shirt on. Side view. And then here is my front view. And then side view again. And then my belly. There's side view. Front view. And side view again. All right, as always, thank you so much for watching. And again, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe. And if you have any comments or remarks or things you want me to share, I will definitely do my best to make a video of those things. Otherwise, thank you so much for always watching, and I wish you the best of luck in your journeys, and have a good weekend. Bye.